here, Jade, and how are we today? Guys, this is my first video in 2020. I planned to be back earlier than now, but honestly I couldn't. I want to apologize profusely to all my fans. Trust me, if I have my way, I would make a new video every other day. But as you know, sometimes life gets really busy and we all go through different phases as we go on in life. But you know what? I am back. I missed you all. I love you too much to abandon you. I am back and I am still here. And I still want to tell you that I am so grateful, even when I wasn't making videos over the Christmas period. I think my last video was actually shortly before Christmas. This is 2020. I felt like this video should be a quick recap about who we are, the things we do. I noticed that over the weeks, even when I haven't had a new video, I have had new subscribers, people who haven't been here at the start. So I feel like for those people who have recently joined us, they should get to hear from me, knowing firsthand what we do on this channel. So my name is Jaden and I am a mental health professional. I'm passionate about mental health. I'm passionate about talking about different aspects of mental health and getting people to understand the link, the closeness between physical health and mental health. My aim is that everyone should be aware, everyone should talk about mental health. Mental health should continue to be demystified. We should break the barriers. We should reduce the stigma associated with mental health. Everyone should have the understanding, to know that mental health it can happen to anyone. There are different kinds of mental health problems and that no one is immune from any of them. But what matters really is what you do when you go through these phases, what you do with your family and your friends when you notice they have issues with mental health. I believe that lots of people are already talking about mental health. A good number of people already know what mental health issues, the different categories and how it impacts on our everyday lives. But you know what they say about learning. You tell them what you want to tell them. You tell them and then you eventually tell them what you have told them. So the point I'm making here is that by repetition, people continue to educate themselves. We continue to research. We continue to read up materials. We continue to until we get to the point where it becomes common knowledge. Everybody is happy to talk about depression, especially when you think about the stigma around mental health issues. Everybody will feel like, yes, mental health problems are normal. It's okay to have depression every now and then. There are different triggers. When you feel anxiety, you should know what to expect. You should know what is coming. And as such, you can support someone else when they go through those journeys. So yesterday when I was having this conversation with a friend, very close friend of mine, we talked about changes in our physical health generally. She shared an experience where her mom had to undergo an operation, a life-changing operation, even when that was a physical health problem, but it impacted hugely on her mental health. And this is what you find out there. Sometimes, most often, we take these things for granted. For someone who goes through life-changing physical health issues, it can be diabetes, it can be HIV, it can be surgery, automatically these people have huge decline in their mental well-being. you know, it can be cancer, it can be all manner of physical health challenges, it can be a deformity. You know, people go through stroke, they are no longer able to function, you know, 100% with their organs, with their body parts. Before you know it, someone begins to rely on others for support to live their normal life, and it's never normal, it's never the same way it is in the past. So these are things that happen to people, random people, every day. So how do we think those people will be protected from, you know, the impact of these life-changing issues? You know, how are their mental health safeguarded? You know, how do we support them to safeguard their mental well-being? You know, so when we talk about mental health issues, people think you have to have psychosis, you have to have dementia, for example, you have to have maybe postnatal depression. You know, yes, they are part of it, but then there are so many aspects of mental health issues that people don't talk about. For someone who is desperately looking for a child, you know, it's a huge pressure on that person mentally, physically. People go through IVFs, they don't succeed, whereas others succeed. What do you think will be going through their minds? You know, people get involved in accidents. You know, people have changes in their social circumstances. So I want us to think about it broadly. I don't want us to narrow our minds when we talk about mental health. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make here. When we talk about mental health issues, it's not just about that small part of the society who are in the hospital and being catered for by mental health professionals. No, these are people who for some reason couldn't continue, you know, to be independent, to function by themselves and to support themselves. But there are 1,000,001 people out there in the communities who put on bold faces, dress up in the morning, you know, go to work, still try to support their families, but they deal with enormous mental health issues. And that's where it becomes really, really important that we understand the prevalence. You know, these are people who are not classed as mentally unwell just because they are not known to the system, just because they are not taking medication by one psychiatrist, or they are not being supported by one team or the other, but they go through mental health issues, and sometimes it becomes a really, really big crisis, and it begins to affect everybody, begins to affect the family, begins to affect children, you know, it begins to affect relatives, you know, it begins to affect people at their jobs. So when we talk about mental health problems, it is vitally important that everyone speaks out, you know. Speak to professionals, speak to people that know. Do not struggle by yourself, because it's not just you. So many people out there deal with issues, but getting the support you need, especially on time, will make a lot of difference. You know, speak to people who know, speak to people who have had the same problem. And when we are open, when we are supportive with our own experiences, it helps people, it helps others who go through the same process to understand that they are not alone. You know, these are normal life experiences. You know, when you seek help, it can be counseling, it can be going to see a psychiatrist, you know, going for therapies. Someone will sit with you, go through some of these issues, and talk to you about interventions, about self-help tips, things you can do even on your own to support yourself and alleviate some of these hardships occasioned by mental health issues. Guys, I am just passionate, you know, to talk about this. I am passionate to help as much and as little as I can, and hopefully we'll be quicker this time. I would expect people to give me feedbacks. I will expect people to share their thoughts, but most importantly, I hope that you subscribe and you share these videos. Trust me, lives can be changed just by someone watching this clip and getting to know that, hold on, I'm not the only one going through this web of confusion. So please do not think you don't have to. It's a collective responsibility. Share these videos on your YouTube channels, share these videos on your Facebook, share these videos amongst your WhatsApp groups. Tell your friends about it. Everybody needs to benefit from these conversations because it's real. Mental health problems are real, and the more we talk about it, the more we get the support we need, the more we live a happier life. I am grateful for your time once again, and I hope to see you in another video. Thank you for all the love and support. I'll see you soon. Bye now.